Hello, hello, friends. We've got the final matches of NA Open Quals for Bangkok, ESL 1
Now the
Bangkok,
Radiant team is back.
today.
This should be interesting.
So the winner of this match will go to the closed quals, and the winner of the other match will
Radiant
also
team
advance
ban.
to the closed quals.
Dire
So
team ban.
we are, of course, following Apex Junior and Zone Academy. On the other bracket, we've got Barracuda and Photographers.
10 seconds remaining.
Gotta turn down the volume.
5 seconds remaining.
So how are we doing today, everybody?
Time now for the Dire team. Radiant
Let's
team
get
pick.
a little bit of light in here. It's quite gloomy outside today, so our lighting situation is not as nice as
Dire
usual.
team ban.
But Apex Junior want to fight in the moonlight, and Zone Academy gonna respond with their Terror Blade. Seeing this bad boy in the off lane most frequently in recent play. It's a great matchup against the safe lane Luna. Of course, the reflection, her illusion does a
10
ton of
seconds
damage to her,
remaining.
and that is good all through the game. And of course, Luna
Five
loves to bring
seconds
down those
remaining.
moonbeams, and offlane Terrorblade is no stranger to buying a pipe of insight for himself and his team.
Dire team ban.
So, on both teams, got some American favorites. Woohoo! Welcome, Pop Tart. How are you, my friend? How are you dealing with the One Piece break
10
right now?
seconds remaining.
I'm in shambles. The fan letter was amazing, though.
5 seconds
That
remaining.
episode was so good, man. But on Apex Junior, we've got Athena, Zor, Faker, Ifrit, and Alone. On Zone Academy, got Muzi on the 4, Makarek, player I'm not super familiar with, Nisivan on the 3, Russian, Makarek's Ukrainian. We got Kagami, Canadian player, and Coliseum, a US player on POS 1.
Radiant team ban. Patience while the Radiant team chooses.
Pretty meta bands coming through. Dude, I know. I saw that he paused this week for some health concerns, health issues as well. So I'm a
10 seconds remaining.
worried about that. But hopefully the Go gets to rest up. Ogre Magi. You know, it's interesting just to see what getting away with the bracer buff has done to the
10
support
seconds
scene.
remaining.
Ogre offers a
5
ton of
seconds remaining.
damage, a lot of beef in lane. Of course, that mid to late game steroid in the Bloodlust. We see some pairings already banned out. The SF most notable, I think. Could see a Templar Assassin pop up to match the Luna and be accompanied by the Ogre. Or Zone Academy may just flex a Terrorblade into a POS 1. Okay, Enchantress, a nice answer for the early Terrorblade. Illusions aren't too powerful early on, but once they do get cooking, just take one over. Dispel the Bloodlust as well with Enchant. Some plays are available.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Storm Spirit.
Nyx and Storm. Alright, so some soft responses. Nyx, of course, Mind Flare. Gonna be able to take out any of these creeps with mana on the Enchantress. Storm, a great matchup into the Pango.
10 seconds remaining. 5 5 seconds
Draft
remaining.
looks pretty balanced to me right now. I like the amount of direct stun for Zone Academy. The flexibility they have for their 1 right now. 2 kind of frontliney supports. Ogre's a little slow to get around the map. Outside of connecting to your Terrorblade with your supports will be a little awkward outside of Metamorphosis as well.
Dire team ban.
Oh, okay, we're gonna see the Pango off lane. So knowing that the Storm is gonna be the mid matchup, they go for the Puck instead. Classic matchup between these two mid laners. Let's see.
10 seconds remaining.
So Faker Storm. Nope,
5
Faker
seconds remaining.
Puck. It's third most played this year,
Radiant
50%
team
win
ban.
rate. Kagami, third most played. Competitive. In competitive matches on his Storm. Why does he have Grimstroke up there too? So Kagami's got 3 pro or semi-pro games played on Storm this year, and he's won all 3 of them. Rather small
10
sample
seconds
size,
remaining.
but you know, history might repeat itself. I'm gonna go grab
5
my
seconds remaining.
tea before we get this match underway. Be right back.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds. No, I'm sorry. 8 seconds. Actually, I meant. Well, never mind. 5 seconds remaining. Time now for the Dire team to choose. Ten seconds. No, I'm sorry. 8 seconds. Actually, I meant. Well, never mind. A voice in my ear is telling me only 5 seconds to go. Either that or I'm mad. Patience while the Radiant team choose.
Lion.
My dudes, I've got some bad news. My water did not boil. F in chat, please. Apex Jr. gonna get the Lion pickup. Just wanting another measure to deal with the Terrorblade illusions
seconds
should they
remaining.
flex it into the Pause 1. Great support pairing
seconds
with the
remaining.
Pangolier. A lot of kill potential here. And it connects to the puck quite well. Great for gate rotations. Or should you bring the Luna through the gate to come to your lane? That works as well. What do I want as a 1? I'm Zone Academy here. Medusa in the pool? Nope, Medusa banned out by Apex. Troll could work. Feels kind of meh. TA is still in the pool. Sniper 1, not really a thing right now. I think Drow might be a dead hero. Would be nice against the puck. Against the Pango. A little bit of jump from the fog with the silence. What does Coliseum like? He likes his Weaver, he likes his Terrorblade, he likes his Morphling as well. Lion Puck against a Morphling, though, is a nice little countermeasure. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, Shadow Fiend is his favorite to go to, but that's banned out. Played Weaver a couple times, but Coliseum, relatively small pro pool sample size here, so not a lot to go off of.
You may now select your heroes.
The Night Stalker, so we will see the Terrorblade flex to the pause one. A little bit of a debate. Chimera, Muzi, I think, will be on the... No, it's Nisivan. Will be on the offlane Night Stalker, Muzi on the Nyx Assassin, Kagami on the Storm Spirit, Makarek on the Ogre. With the tough safe lane to fight against. You get level 3, Radiant safe lane is going to be killer, I think. No surprises on Apex Jr. with the flexes. Rather straightforward here. Protective Wisps, still a very strong Thunderbolt. Switch 2 on Zor. Fist of Death, so a little punchy. Mana Burn, no Scuttle Buddies for Muzi. Blinding Void, Static Slide, Condemned. Alright, friends. Let's do, let's get a prediction going. Alright. Gonna see if my water is finished boiling before we get in here. No. I'm gonna put it on follow, and then I'll be right back.
It's time then. Prepare yourself.
Alrighty. No first blood yet. How fortuitous.
30 seconds to battle.
Things to look out for. I think level 3 timing of the Ogre and the Terror Blade.
Starts now.
Luna Inch can always kind of surprise you with the sustained damage they've got. The burst damage from this offlane of the Dire. Also quite strong. Once you get like 2 points into Swashbuckle, I think. But relatively patient beginning. Both teams. I really see a little clash here in the top lane. Muzi just scurrying away. He knows these Dire heroes need mana to fight, so mana burn taken. Good against the puck. The Pango. Especially when you have puckish for the recovery, but Chimera here eating a lot of harass early on. Decent amount of reach in, building into 1, perhaps 2 bracers with the double gauntlets here. But Alone, starting off nice here. Chimera, gonna go down most likely. The enchant slow, the blood grenade, then Alone drawing first blood.
Thanks and have fun.
Not the hero you want to give the money bag to. Alone, 3 branch, full wand beginning. Get the pull off, the double range pull to the hard camp. Muzi's got to step up to contest this. We'll drag the wave out of the tower range. Keep it from pushing in too hard here. The pink's coming out. They know these range creeps getting low. The deny will come through with the Luna. And the creep dominated. Vader's going to burn your mana. You know, expected to see it coming from the Nyx, but flipping it on the head and turning it right back at them. Come on, mana burns off cooldown. There you go. Make Chimera miserable. He really needs this stick. Yeah. Pulling to a stack camp. 3 creeps already. Gotta expect the Radiant to hop over here. Young Muzi getting the melee last hit. Radiant can turn this around and farm this camp up. It would be quite nice. The Lion dying to the duo in the off lane. Meta was used already. And Storm Spirit dying to Faker? Alright, just the difference in mobility perhaps. Illusory Orb, very strong. Storm Spirit, of course, not level 6, so no zip available. That's crazy. And of course it doesn't follow. We love our little camera pack. Oh, and Faker fortifies 3 creeps low. They're gonna have to use another static remnant on Kagami here. Will get the pull, but it's not under the fountain. Silence, no spells available just yet, so not super punishing, but Faker maximizing the potential of Puckish here. Goes under the tower to draw the attack, disjoints it, gets a nice amount of regen. This innate is just so crazy. Puck almost level 5 here. Let's see, it's a good power spike. Double the damage on Rift. Top side, a lot of blood being spilled. But Radiant duo, battered, bruised, retreat. Oh, and alone, full boots. Well, ground boots already. Treads maybe flying out. Oh my god. Yeah. This Loon is juiced. And I would not want to be this Night Stalker. Impetus already taken for 1 point. Lion dies in the offlane, going for 2 here. Terrorblade has transformed. Makarek pounding away with that Ogre Club will bring down Zor. Radiant saving grace here is their safe lane. I don't feel it all. Leading the charge. Nice little courier snipe from Muzi. A little bit of economic uptick going the way of the Radiant. And Night Stalker getting a full wave at his own tower, but you know, wouldn't be support if you weren't sapping some XP. One 3-1 build, of course, with the learning curve. We see some action here in the mid lane. Coil is out. Faker going all in on Kagami. The stun buying a little bit of time. Kagami will follow trade 1-for-1. Certainly in favor of the Dire at this point. Now Makarek getting walked down by the angry Acorn. He's able to buy a lot of space here for the puck. And there we see the Mind Flare. Catapult dead. The mid tower is saved. But Faker the likely recipient of this arcane rune. Oh yeah. And Kagami is the saddest storm spirit that you may have ever seen. I would almost maybe think to give him the wisdom rune, help him recover a little bit. Your Nyx, always able to Mind Flare some big creeps and recover that way. Ogre with the learning curve. Doesn't feel as bad with a level less than you normally would have.
Yes, bleed for me.
So maybe a little bit of a recovery measure for your Storm could be appreciated. We're seeing a return to the Soul Ring days. It's Pop-Tart. Thanks for asking, man. Muzi is on the Radiant team. This is the Zone Academy. He's the only player that I know. I think I've watched Kagami maybe before, but I'm unfamiliar with the other three. But yeah, we're Muzi stands here in the beach house. Oh, not correct. It's crashed on. Zor gonna have to swashbuckle away, but the ignite stun is there. Fire blast, and Zor is able to get under the tower. Faker coming in, hits the coil on the Terrorblade. Zor going back in a little low, but not afraid here. Bolstered, emboldened even, with the arrival of nearly his damn team, his entire damn team, and Faker gets the double kill on the puck.
Thanks for playing.
Do see Night Stalker diving. They will get the Luna. 1 for 2 trade, you know, not in your favor, but it's certainly a measure you need to take. Gotta punish. If they just don't go out in the Luna there, that is the worst of both worlds.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
With those deaths, the cores are neck and neck, but Faker leading the pack by quite a large margin. Over 1,700 ahead of his counterpart on the Radiant. Dude, it is Jungle Party Central in bottom lane. And they are still there. They can get this Terrorblade twice, especially pre-Sunder. Puck is in the neighborhood of silence and he attempts at a life swap once he does get it. But they are not giving him any breathing room. Terrorblade's certainly one of those heroes that can get on the map and recover quite quickly. Very akin to this Luna. Oh, and the Dark Ascension. The Stalker has ascended to his throne. Pango blinded, but decides to get the Rolling Thunder off anyway. Looking for a return on the Night Stalker. Will miss, but they find the Storm Spirit looking to connect to his allies, and it's a debate. Storm is dead. The dire response is rewarded. Boozy didn't have a big creep over here. Settles for a medium satyr on the camp. Yeah, no vendetta just yet, but bakers can't be choosers. Taking your Night Stalker to play into the puck here. It's decent, especially at nighttime. Hopefully you can contest and win. This power rune spawning at 10 minutes. Of course, it's going to go back to daytime, I think. Let's see how it washes out here. Invis on the bottom side. They found the Enchantress with 2. But she does have Untouchables, so she is living up to her name here. And the damage may not be enough. Ogre, with a timely TP, escapes his fate. Terrorblade's starting to skip ahead of Luna here in net worth. Our Luna is on the jungle, the triangle area. It's got the Dragonlance, got the stat stick and the Ironwood tree, so a little bit of a play to juke around creeps, but the real action here in the mid lane. Vying for position on these towers. But Faker just feeling quite puckish. We'll be able to juke in and out, getting the regen. Who gets the last hit? Ogre with the deny. Makarek earning his keep. see Zor building towards the Diffusal Blade with a TP at the bottom side of the map, predicting a conflict here in the Radiant jungle. Though Muzi feeling quite vindictive, stalking in the wings. Oh, will be revealed. They lose their observer ward, and he's doesn't want to make the move on the Lion. Perhaps fearful of the dire jump. I would think that you would want to protect that obs, but you know, that's why these boys are vying for the qualifier spot, and I'm just watching from home. Oh, there's the Vendetta. No, the Crippling Fear has Puck silenced and a big zip with the pull. Oh, the Vortex sucks him right in. Speaking of sucking, Thana getting to work with that mana. Haste Rune in the river. Is it held? Makarek and Chimera trying to hold it, but Kagami cannot risk walking up. Instead, Night Stalker takes it. Action from 3 on both sides. Cores finding their farm. Terrorblade now at the top of the charts. No longer is Puck on the throne. Falcon Blade, Dragonlance, Yasha soon to be finished. The Blade of Alacrity. Flying out, but a nice coil. They find their high value target. He has Sunder at a 16 charge wand, but it's simply not available. The stuns. Well spaced. Terrorblade falls. Terrorblade dead for a little over 30. Gives Luna a bit of breathing room in terms of the race of net worth. Both teams looking to trade towers here, though Muzi TP's in. Feeling quite vindictive. Will need to stay out of the vision here. Jumps the Pango, the stun misses. Kagami in on the Lion. We see the reflection come out and the Lion simply evaporates shield, preventing some of the fatal damage onto Zor, and now the Fire Blast coming out, preventing the escape. Teleport is interrupted. Muzi gets another 2-0-2 on the Nyx Assassin. Alright, Terrorblade. Back where he wants to be, farming the enemy lane, farming the jungle. Faker still has his mid tower available. No longer the king of net worth. This net worth is invested in the right channels. Double Null, Witchblade. Very strong early in the game. Not a lot of magic resistance available from the Radiant. But you know, that does not stop them. They got 3 points in meta. And Terrorblade pops it right away. Siege has begun on the Dire tier 1 mid. He's eating the right clicks, but we'll recover some of the HP. And now Chimera with the Blink Dagger reveal goes on the Pangolier silence, but the Eclipse is doing a ton of return damage. 2 dead for the Radiant, and not the droids you were looking for. Terrorblade now threatened by the rolling Zor, and the invading Faker controlled endlessly by the Dire. Pops the wand, has a Sunder, but he's silenced Faker. Hell. Series of spell casting here from the Dire heroes. Zor and Faker duo, hand in hand, handle the tall man. What is Terrorblade's name? Anybody know it? Demon Marauder. Is he just Terrorblade? You know, like Prince? Oh god. What the hell happened there? Game client's out of date? It boots me out for a game client out of date? Are you kidding me? What the hell, friends? Give me one moment, please. Luckily, we have a friend in the game, so we should be able to reconnect. So Terrorblade's real name in the lore is Terrorblade. In Dota 1, he was Soulkeeper. Dude, I'm so sad. We are patching. We'll get that music going back for you, boys. Oh my god, my tea's still hot as fuck. But friends, very hyped news. If you're here with us, one, welcome. We got a little bit of a crowd going, so thanks everybody for joining. Getting right back into Dota as soon as we can. The files are validating, but good news, everybody. We do have some casts coming up this weekend. If you're watching now, you're probably watching in anticipation of the ESL 1 Bangkok closed qualifiers, and I will be casting 6 series this weekend, 3 tomorrow on Friday and 3 on Saturday. So that is omega hyped. I didn't screw up bad enough on the Dream League qualifier that I covered for math, and you know, we're fortunate enough to be invited back. Really looking forward to it. Okay, let's see if we can get back in that game. Oh no. Did it crash for Muzi also? No. Okay. But yeah, Pop-Tart, dude. Oh man, I was so happy. Okay. Alright, friends, we are back in one moment, and I'll bring us back to full screen. Of course, I have to fix my observer settings. Alright, and we are good to go, lads. What has changed here? Terrorblade still top net Luna. Starting to catch up, perhaps a successful fight off the back of that mid fight. And now we got another mid fight. Ogre Magi. God, on his own side of the map. The roaming trio of the Dire. Too strong.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now Faker working on his BKB. Just wants to be able to withstand the magical onslaught of these fights. Knows that he has to survive the Night Stalker, and Terrorblade trying to survive the onslaught. But a lot of damage and pulled back in by Puck. Vayne, not afraid, does die to the Terrorblade illusions, but Terrorblade falls shortly after. So it gets a little bit of experience, did not have meta. Strong hero. We're seeing more Terrorblades pick up their shard here after their base kit's finished. This Demon Zeal. Very, very big pop. Yeah, Kagami got absolutely manhandled by Faker. Though with the Kaya, the Soul Ring, he will be able to farm pretty efficiently. Do not anticipate him having to go back off the map at all, but Chimera just getting chased down here in the top lane as well. Ooh, that feels bad with the Dark Ascension used. Dream Coil will interrupt your escape attempt every time should it hit. We see a Midas picked up on the Night Stalker, and Dire coming back for more. They have the Observer Ward, and I don't feel it all. You might feel that one in the morning, as well as Muzi on the Night Stalker. Zip in, but the Hex from Thana immediately counters the Storm Spirit, protecting Zor. And then Dire off to the races, opening up the gap of net worth here. A 6k advantage. What's up, Capsy? We got some NA Dota, baby. Welcome to the channel. Oh, you've been here before. What am I talking about? I think you were along with us when we were covering some South American quals. Okay, Makarek waiting for his Wisdom Rune, but he's going to be waiting for another 7 minutes. Unlucky, Ogre. Unlucky. Taking a look at the itemization since we were DC'd. Midas, a bit of a comeback, catch-up mechanism. Maybe? Yeah. The Shard, also similar in that death taxes and a fat Luna, all but certain here, and skipping the BKB entirely. She's like, yeah, you know what? My storm or my puck already has BKB. I've got the Pango to interrupt anything going on around me. I should just be able to wade through the muck. It's so true, man. Muzi with the scouting, no vision down here, but his team's not close enough to help him pick off any of these targets. Another stack and a Tormentor attempt coming out here from the Dire. Radiant in no position to interrupt. And the Shard will be granted to Ys. A little bit of a sprank in your step. And the Radiant want to fight here, perhaps anticipating a Roshan maneuver by the Dire. Smoke of Deceit is used. Could see some big damage come out from Muzi. But the Radiant have been quite disciplined, keeping vision on these objective-based approaches. Oh, and a big zip. Zor is vulnerable, gets pulled in with the Electric Vortex, and he's dead. Chimera following up onto the line, but the Eclipse coming out on the back line of the BKB. Puck just doing a ton of damage. A buyback on the Nyx. Lion falls, and now alone is alone in the woods. He sprinks up to the high ground, trying to parlay around this vision, but it's not going to be helpful. Chimera leading the charge up to the ward that he had. And Radiant simply clean house. They are going to be rewarded with the Aegis of the Immortal. That's a disaster. All a 4K net worth swing plus another life. Do you give... I think you give this to either Storm or Night Stalker. The Zeal coming out, buff up everybody. That's crazy. Yeah. Storm getting the Aegis of the Immortal. I see his net worth starting to peak up there. Then he drops back down, never mind. Even though he's involved in that fight. Still hamstrung by the events of the early game. And friends, let me know if you would like the Spotify music that we have through the lobby and draft in the game as well. I know with one caster, there's a little bit of dead space. Always appreciate a nice little anticipatory pump fake of the Impale on this rune. You never know when Puck's gonna just orb in or blink in. Post BKB, he has purchased the Blink Dagger. Whisper of the Dread, of course, amping up that magic damage. Shard gonna be a nice damage buff for the Puck as well.
They've made a beeline for Radiant's bottom tower.
Dude, Muzi is so fast. Ignite's fallen, and he's got a Whisper of the Dread of his own. Burst damage from the Nyx could catch them off guard. Though Enchantress... Gonna get a ton of Wisps from any jump of the Nyx. Terrorblade microing his illusions quite nicely, not giving anything for free to the Enchantress. And the Dire, undaunted by the acquisition of the Immortal, Aegis of the Immortal. God, my fucking hair keeps getting caught in my chair, boys. I'm miserable. Alright. Honda finished on the Luna. Oh, man.
They've made a beeline for Radiant's bottom tower.
Pack leader's aura only serving to buff up these glaives. And the crit from the Conda as well. Yeah, if you're playing Enchantress, find a Alpha Lone Wolf. Enchant it. And just press M and follow your Luna with it. It's gonna help out your games. Until you run into the enemy Witch Doctor and they get a 5-bounce coconut. Then you grief. But, you know, can't win them all. Aghanim Scepter finished on the Pangolier. Fusel and Orb of Destruction, I believe it's still called. Yeah. Ton of damage coming out from Zora's Pango. No roll up with the Shard just yet. See Blink Force Staff on Thena. Almost a Hurricane Pike on the Enchantress as well. A lot of utility coming out here. Especially with Sproink available, oftentimes you'll be able to use your Force Staff on your allies and not get punished for it. She started to get up to 2k HP. Will likely have it with the Hurricane Pike and the big winner item here, the Grove Bow, the tier 2 newt. Has there been any other tier 1 or like tier 2 neutral that is as iconic? Keen Optic kind of comes to mind. Shovel is like omega good now, especially if you're a mid laner. You get it like right around 7 minutes. We're gonna see a double smoke move here. Fight most likely gonna be under better vision for the Radiant. Vision pings coming out over that freshly planted ward, so the Radiant know the angle of approach here. Zora trying to get a response here, pump faking the Rolling Thunder. Smoke of Deceit soon to expire. And the Aegis has also expired. Kagami gotta play this one kind of careful. Can they get Muzi? He's silenced, he's leashed. He is rucked and zucked and dies like a dog in the street. Alone pops the BKB, but the physical damage coming out from the Radiant is too powerful. Luna dead, 2 supports dead on the Radiant, but now the numbers are starting to add up in favor of the Radiant. They've done it. Zone Academy leading the charge on the back of Terrorblade. Muzi, insult to injury. Chimera hunting on the backline. Faker able to escape though. Still has the BKB available. Looking at the buyback status, things not looking great here for the Dire. Fortification spent. Likely gonna be a lane. Do you hit ranged or melee in this situation, friends? What do you, what's your go-to? Or do you just take both and laugh all the way to the bank? First lane of racks down, sub 30 minutes. Big dub for the Radiant. As Apex Jr. left licking their wounds, wondering what went wrong. A Terrorblade. Oh, he's so ugly. And Thena thinks so too. He goes in and Faker follows up. The Hex, the Silence, the Coil, the Finger. It's simply too much to handle. Terrorblade dead. Zor rolling through. Chimera soon to fall. 2 fall on the Radiant. And Vengeance is spelled F-A-K-E-R.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice little shift there. About a 3k gain.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
So this kill, impactful, allows the Dire to not necessarily achieve equilibrium in the mid lane, but certainly helps them draw more of a line in the sand. with 2 dead on the Radiant. They're unable to really contest this tier 2 tower or the domination of space here. And what's more, the Luna able to farm safely deep in her own triangle. BKB is complete. Well, it's been completed. We saw her die in the river with it. Muzi scouting out for the potential Roshan respawn. Gets the vision down. Will likely be counter-warded. The sentry available on one support. Dust on the other. Oh, and Roshan. A minute until the spawn. Dire doing a great job keeping these waves shoved in, making the most advantageous position for the eventual Aegis fight. But Muzi, still, I would say, behind enemy lines. Will miss the Roshan spawn in 30. Is it worth it? I think the caster curse is real. You heard me? 25 seconds, young lad. What do you think, chat? Is he going to stay planted, or is he going to leave right before it spawns? Oh. Oh. The Muzi cam? Bro, 8 seconds left. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Get back in there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Puck TP's top to the tier 2. And this gives Radiant the green light. I say, you know what, guys? They're going to have vision in our jungle. Ogre's got a gym. We need to clear this up. Be ready. Maybe even take a fight before Faker is able to get here. But, quick glimpse. Faker. Going to take the twin gate. Connecting to his team. They will be under a ward. So expect the Radiant to make a beeline.
Selfish.
Oh, and a beeline it is. Muzi goes on the illusion and he does a great job. Almost. Vendetta on cooldown 50. East couldn't just caught off rip here. Both BKBs used Chimera and Storm Spirit alone. Gets to the low ground with the Hurricane Pike, but 2 dead already. The bodies are piling up, and Zor rolling away from almost certain death. Coil comes out on the back line. Night Stalker falls, and Zor, one more projectile will do it as long as Kagami escorts it. And alone trying to get out as Faker's with his buddy on the high ground. Kagami still alive. I spoke too soon. Fire Shield did a lot of work here, but Faker now pulls him back in away from his carry, trying to make space. Muzi silence, hits the tag and gets the kill. I don't feel at all cleaning it up. Zor with the buyback coming in to protect his Luna under the tier 2, but it's not enough. The aggression continues. Terrorblade gets a triple kill. The projectiles do not miss as they go to the high ground. Tier 2 all but certain at this point. 3 dead on both sides. What do you do? Too low to take the Tormentor. Oh, the Psychic Headband is everything on the Ogre. 85% damage absorption as well. Kept that Storm Spirit alive for so long. Pike Butterfly. Oh my god. No True Strike anytime soon. No Quiver. No nothing. The tough cookie. This Terrorblade. Seeing him reach critical mass here. Yeah. So, friends, if you're unaware, Reflection, the illusion that spawns from this, benefits from the Dark Unity. Terrorblade's an 8. So heroes with high damage, like a Luna, or a hero with a Divine Rapier, will do a lot of damage to themselves. Even more when within 1,200 units of the Terrorblade. Right, second Roshan attempt coming out here from the Radiant. Twin Gate being just continually pump faked by Faker, and they concede and say, you know what, they're probably going to be set up. We don't have any vision. It's not worth the throw. But with that in mind, You've got an ogre match with 2 barriers, with 3 barriers if you include fire shield, and soon to be a hex. Hex of their own. Demonic Zeal or Demon Zeal. Amplifying the damage. The haste with which these illusions, Terrorblade, press the tower. Second lane of Brax being threatened here. We see the Rolling Thunder on approach. Zor blinks in. But who does he go for? He's going for Muzi as the Radiant collapse here. It's not going to be enough to save Muzi. Faker goes in to join the fray as well. And Kagami gonna have to pop the BKB, but taking a ton of damage here from Zor. And now alone with a beautiful wrap. The pincer move all but complete. They're not able to get the Storm. They lose their Enchantress. Kagami, no mana. Maybe they will get the Storm. The Hex coming up with the follow-up. Thana coming up big, following his mid laner in Faker. But now, get out. The answer, well, for Thana at least, is no. Able to get an Observer Word out of that. 2 kills. 2v3, it's fine. Right? Losing your Storm feels kind of bad. I understand you want to give the Aegis to Terrorblade just to ensure the push, but 60 seconds without meta is not great. We see Night Stalker on the puck up top, but the story brilliantly is this Terrorblade 1v1ing the Luna. He's got the Ogre at his back, so I'm a fucking liar. And we see the coil coming out. It's not going to be enough moves. He's arrived. The Carapace seals the deal with the tips coming through. Zone Academy showing they've got the moxie. They hang with it, and GG is called 38 minutes into game 1. Now, friends, I do believe this is a best of 3. Please give me a moment to confirm. Semifinals are best of 3. All other matches are BO1. These count as the semifinals. So Apex Junior Zone Academy. This is semifinal 1. Semifinal 2 is Barracuda and Photographers. So Zone Academy take game 1. Just endure the early game ransacking from Faker. Look at these numbers, everyone. 2K ahead, essentially, at 10 minutes. 1.6. This is feels bad mode, but it's just enough, and played beautifully by the Zone. And friends, I will be right back. All right, friends, we are back for a moment. I'm going to refill the tea, but not before we see if another lobby's up. Apex Junior Zone Academy. It's probably not going to be ready. Dota TV, of course, has like a 15-minute delay, so it's pain. Oh, God. Oh, what do we do? So, friends, if we have any new people tuning in, 1, thank you so much for joining us today. 2, if you wouldn't mind hitting that follow button, that would be amazing. Alrighty, friends. We're going to get more tea. I'll be back. See you soon. We get the damn treadmill out, boys. What do y'all think? We got at least like 11 minutes. I think it's like a 15-minute delay while we wait on the connection. Tea is steeping. No, it's too full. If I walk on the treadmill, it'll shake it and spill. We don't want that. We got any marble race enjoyers in here? I'm worried that if I start it up, it will take too long. Okay, they are in game. So draft is over. Hopefully we'll be in soon. And friends, I hope that I'm able to stay through the entirety of the next game. I do have some plans with the wife, so I may have to skip out a little early. She's running by the store after she gets off of work though, so I might have a little more time. But we gotta get that gym in. We have any lifters in the chat? Press 1 if you love dumbbells. Press 2 if you're more of a barbell kind of fiend. What Dota? Alright, while we wait. Do we have any Kez enjoyers in the chat? I have not
My sword, my beak, and myself.
really
Sharpest
messed with this
things in
guy
this
at all.
forest.
Looks like an amazing hero, though. Essentially just Yamato from Deadlock. Let's,
Radiant team ban.
Well, do you want to watch a demo of Kez, or
Dire team ban.
do you want to watch the
Team ban.
draft?
Dire team ban.
Pick your poison.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. A voice in my ear is telling me only 5 seconds to go. Either that or I'm mad.
Similar bands coming through. Only 2 that have changed thus far. Of course, the Pangolier and the Lion. Both played in Game 1. Zone Academy don't want to play against them in Game 2. The sides have flipped. And Apex Junior ban out the Luna, not wanting to play it themselves. So 3 new bans in the first round. What good carries are left? Like 3 of the main carries in this meta banned out immediately. I'm surprised we didn't see any play on DK last game. I feel like he's still strong as hell. We've already listened to this song. Oh, never mind. I see Mac Miller on my playlist. I press play. I am a simple man. Shadow Demon banned out in Game 1. Round 1, I believe. Picked up here? Game 2?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Do you guys like this screen better, or let me see if this screen works. It should work after like 2 seconds. There we go. What do you think? Look at that production value.
Team ban.
Mereska has arrived.
They said Pop-Tart who? Alright, Willa picked up as an answer for the demon. Bramble Bay is a nice response to the disruption, as well as terrorize. Once you get level 6, you usually expect people to crash onto the disrupted target if an enemy. Terrorize gives you a very nice countermeasure for that. Also puts in mind that you need some ground targeted spells, whether they be stuns or just damage to deal with the Willow. Honestly, could be another good Nyx game for either side at this point. I feel like typically we like to see Shadow Demon in the 4 position, but obviously can play in the 5. Let's see.
The Dire team is now picking their bands. They do take their time, don't they?
The tea is still too damn hot. Oh my god. Zone Academy go back for the Terror Blade. Good flex. They will not be laning it into a Luna. Or playing it into a Luna though.
10 seconds remaining.
Apex banning
5 seconds
the
remaining.
Night Stalker. Oh man, they banned out the Storm Spirit as well. They just don't want to give it to their mid laner again. They're like, bro, nah. Wait, no. Faker played Puck. It was Zone that had the Storm. But they ban out the Puck, not wanting to play against Faker Puck again. Wise choice.
Radiant team pick.
Another Ogre match. They didn't want to play against the Ogre Terror Blade lane though. So swiped up by the other team, Apex.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
God, this song was so big for like a month, and then I never heard it again. Anybody else remember that phenomenon?
Invoker.
Oh, Invoker. Okay, so double steroid here. Ignite Alacrity, or Bloodlust Alacrity rather. I play a lot of Ogre, if you couldn't tell.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Time now for the Dire team.
Tiny is the response.
Patience while
I feel like it's a tougher lane than you would want. Lich was banned out in game 1. We see him pop up here in game 2. A lot of magic damage
10 seconds remaining.
available here to Zone Academy.
5 seconds remaining.
It's so upsetting they made the change to Bedlam with Willow, where you can't throw it on allies anymore that go in.
Radiant team
The
banned.
hero's still good,
Axe.
but that was just such a good concept. Axe response.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Time now for the Dire team to choose.
Morphling. Dragon Knight.
Choose your hero.
There we go. Mention the Dragon Knight. Here he comes. Alone picks up the Morphling. Oh. Safena. So we're going to see the 5 Shadow Demon. With the 4 Ogre is... Maybe they flex, I think. I think I like that better. Though, the DK Lich Lane... We do see the offlane Terrorblade. So we're going to see who has the better Terrorblade on zone. Whether it's Samara or I don't feel at all. Oh. OG Supra? Thank you for the follow, my friend. My game should pop up here soon. Zone Academy is the Dire. Apex Junior will be on the Radiant. The teams have flipped sides on the map for game 2. Zor, the level 30 Axe, the Diaper Man. Yeah, sorry, I guess the draft screen didn't have the teams listed.
It's time then. Prepare yourself.
All right. Early smoke here. Zone Academy getting deep into the Radiant territory. They got first blood on their Luna last game. Well, actually, no, it was Apex Junior. They got first blood on their Luna.
30 seconds to battle.
Do we have any Tiny or Invoker specialists in the chat? How does this mid matchup play out for you? If you are if you're a fan of either hero, I feel like it's better for the Invoker. He's got good attack animation, decent damage to deal with the tiny, can drag the wave with greater ease probably. Of course, the low armor of the tiny might bite him in the ass here, but big disruption onto the Shadow Demon, the reflection coming out early, and it's a bit of a standoff. It's Illusion just chasing. Alright. What? Okay, bounties go 3-1 for the Dire. Tough start here. See alone with the same starting build as game 1. 3 branches, full wand. Of course, Omega value here on the Morphling with that. And we are going to see Chimera spam Reflection on cooldown. Just taking advantage of this agility shift from the Morphling. Doing a ton of damage to himself. 6 armor helps out a little bit. Yeah, we'll open the creep stat for you, buddy. Middle lane starting off nicely for Kagami here. Of course, the increased damage of the tiny. Getting him 3 denies to the invokers too. First cold snap of the game. A bit of an annoyance for the Stone Man. And the Tornado even more so. The denies, of course, will add up in the favor of Faker as he gets them. Of course, getting more experience thanks to Mastermind. And a big wave here on Kagami. Got no armor other than the tower. You can't really afford to tank this creep wave. Bottle finished for the tiny though. Very good timing. Those 3 bounty runes certainly help. We probably just creep toss to Faker to get advantage of the crash landing, I believe. Yeah. Built that damage. I think he's got a fair amount of regen though, 3.4 with Quas, also the lifesteal. This lane gets dangerous for the Dire at level 3, I think. Disrupt into Call can always screw over the Dragon Knight. It's a very easy combo to land, especially with Battle Hunger giving you a little bit of a slow if they're facing away. But the kicker is you're probably not going to get a point in Call until level 4. Unless he's like super low. But you know, I mentioned that Destruction will be used by a little bit of time, and who gets the animation first? Zor is awarded the Lotus. It will elect to run down the Lich. Bit of a reversal here. Let's let that Tango tick, get some more stacks, and Chimera gets a kill onto the Ogre in the other lane, but you know, we're not going to play musical cameras and look around. Athena puts the Observer down to find the Lich, misses the poison stack, gets another one, most likely will pop here. 48 damage, yeah, pop it, get it done, get back to your axe. Well played by Athena. Now let's see what bottom lane looks like after that chaos. East, what? Oh no. Dude, he tried to TP back to base and then died. So that makes this lane even more difficult for it alone. Has to navigate the Bramble Maze and eat the Shadow Realm. 2 points in it as well, so up to 200 damage with the max scale. Can make for some dangerous moments on the bottom of the map. Oh, and Kagami going for it. Won't have enough mana for the Tornado, so he is safe for now. But Faker will not allow him to get 2 water runes. Dragging the wave up top, and speaking about up top, let's take a look, see how this axe fell. So Frost Shield, Frost Blast, Breathe Fire. Oh, we got some regen to play with here, though. 2 clarities. I don't know if you want to make that high 5 effort, my friend. Frost Blast. 200 flat damage with a Breathe Fire almost available.
It seems Dire structures.
Tiny going for the bounty. Does not elect to stack the hard camp here. 5 charges. Doesn't toss for the hard camp stack there either. Just wants to get back to the wave. Tornado EMP follow up. Faker does land it. So, the bounty rune benefits short lived. We've seen a much more peaceful early game here for both sides. Apex Junior not exerting the dominance that they had in game 1. Yeah, this DK 21-4 to the 29-7 morph. Offlane matchup. About the same, though Terrorblade 5 denies. So 6-minute rune is spawning. See the earliest support from Thana coming here. We'll get the disruption. The haste rune picked up by the Shadow Demon Kagami. Had a better start here in game 2 than he did in game 1, though the Bramble Maze arrives from Muzi. Haste rune will allow Thana to skirt to the outskirts of the fight and see if anyone else TP'd in. Information gained and clarity canceled. Oh, Zor with the call. Gets the armor, but no creeps around, so fewer spins. TP canceled, I believe? What's happening? Alone under the tower. Catapult doing a lot of work here. East with 4 skill points and Thana in the neighborhood as well. Can they invade? For the wisdom, you gotta get there, you gotta be on it. The fire blast comes out, but it's a moment too late. Faker tips Kagami, and Zor gets his own wisdom. So we see the offlaners taking the wisdoms on both sides.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
And welcome, folks. If you are just tuning in, we are in game 2 of Zone Academy versus Apex Junior here. This match will determine one of the final qualifiers to the Bangkok ESL closed qualifiers for the North American region, which will be taking place tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Zone Academy is currently up 1-0 in the series. Starting to see this cleave get powerful. As DK gets some levels. Yeah, they give him solo XP as well. They want to get that ult. Level 6 on the DK. Berserker's Call misses the mark. And now the region rune here. Gonna be contested. Tornado. Make short work of Kagami's attempt on it. And we see Faker with the Ghost Walk is spotted out by Muzi. Ogre almost in the neighborhood, though just a bit too far to make any initial move on it. And I don't feel at all making a move on Radiant stack. Did they take... Ooh, there's another one on the Ancients, but perhaps a little too powerful. Instead, try to make the aggressive move with 3 here. Dragon Tail onto Thana. Disruption is available. It's used on the Dragon Knight, so we're going to have some illusions. Fear pulling Thana in the toss, and the other toss will bring down the Shadow Demon. However, you may trade your Dragon Knight for it, and you certainly do. Faker getting low, throws the Tornado out. A gust of wind and a breath of fresh air for the Radiant. Trading a support for a carry is one you're happy to make, but you don't want to lose your Invoker. The Sentry comes down and the return tip says, you know what, Kagami or Faker, I didn't forget about that, but can Zor be stopped? Toss back the damage. The Shadow Realm right click is a ton to deal with. And we see the axe fall. A nice spear coming from Muzi. Radiant are terrorized. They do protect their ancient stack. And Dire coming out on top of that exchange by about 800, 800 gold. It's a lot of space for you, Terrorblade, as well. Your offlane Terrorblade, nonetheless, treads Falcon Blade. into Dragonlance, then most likely Pipe. Oh, fight mid is a brewing, boys. No. Faker just stepping down to contest the possible rune spawn. We do see East looking to close the gap here against Kagame. Will throw out the Ignite. Holds the Fire Blast, though. And then, friends, let's take a look at net worth. DK on top, being followed closely behind by Morphling than Terrorblade. Kagame in a much better spot than he was in game 1, though still behind the Faker. So Faker supremacy has been established across game 1 and 2. And a tornado as Sword dives to Kagame with that Invis rune bottle. You know, Ogre saw him take that Invis rune, but perhaps just a hiccup in communication. A lapse in judgment, and Zor oversteps. Dies in the lane. Chain Frost available. Oh, and the move for Chimera is coming in the bottom lane. Alone plus Faker. Maybe they'll kiss. No tier 1 tower available for Chimera to fall back to. Instead, retreats to the jungle. The old biangle. Love to see the min-max item drop for the max stick efficiency. Illusion, a little too low to tank for you, unfortunately. Did he take? No. Condemned. So not the max illusion health. Oh, Muzi. Oh, Muzi. Oh, Faker's more like it. Bramble Maze coming out. Kagame gets the illusion rune, but doesn't disjoint the EMP with it. Instead, holds onto it a little too late, but the constant purge is going to stick with him. Not a strong dispel, my guy. And Faker able to get out a little bit. The disruption comes through from Thana. But their sentry is down, and he gets out of range, though there is another one a little further ahead, so Faker, you gotta be careful. Alright, free kill on the Tiny. Strong response from Dire, and a lot of space for your Morphling, who's not having a shabby game. Trading between first place with this Dragon Knight, back and forth. Though we do see the armlet finish on DK. Perhaps going Mask of Madness. Yes, most certainly going Mask of Madness. And Alone, getting active before the Dragon Knight does. Perhaps a rarity here. Vladimir's offering, very impactful. Giving Faker even more lifesteal on these right clicks, but the lifesteal will not save you from the full fighting force of the Dire. A Lich for an Invoker. Great trade to make. Oh, and the push, guys, the push is beautiful. No catapult, but you got the Terrorblade Metamorph. Got Kagame looking for a good toss. If this Morphling stays Agimorphed, he can just explode.
This won't be pretty. They've reached Dire's top tower. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Starting to see a small gap open up between the Morphling and the DK. Morphling gets involved, gets an assist, but it's not a kill, and no tower to follow. Wow, this DK is just hitting Ancients, but it might backfire here. Ghost Walk, Faker, okay, he gets the Wisdom Rune, so it's not a total loss, even if he dies. Support is arriving, but that's a lot of damage. The armlet toggled, not enough. The EMP will pop him. Who knew this dragon was made of electricity? Kagame in the middle of the brawl looking for the Ogre. Faker forces him back onto the tower. And Muzi forces Faker, gets the kill. And the crown of thorns placed upon the head of Thana. Disruption goes on to Terrorblade. Not enough to prolong the inevitable even. 3 for 1. Get that DK off the map for a little bit. And you get a tier 1 tower. So we see Morphling close that 800 gold gap down to 3 now. And Lich puts his body on the line with the Ancients. Gets the Axe kill. That's crazy. I don't think Axe got the chop either. And, you know, we were happy about that gap getting closed, but then DK's right back on a big old stack, a triple. Ooh, baby, a triple. And it's already emerged. Deep wrap here from Kagami. Finds the morph, but perhaps a little bit of a stutter step in his reaction. Holds off. Had like 1200 health. He wasn't fully agimorphed, so perhaps it just wasn't the right opportunity to go. But an EMP onto Muzi. Frost Wall prevents him from penetrating deeper into the Radiant jungle. And waveform forces Muzi back. Yules will be the item here for the Dark Willow. A great tool against the Axe. And it's nice against the Invoker spells as well. Also, it'll help you dispel the Bloodlust, the Alacrity. Can Alacrity be dispelled? Yes, it can. Look at that. Learning together, team. We did it. Oh, Kagami. Ghost Walk slows on him. The EMP to follow. Under half mana already. Got the Soul Ring and the Shield Rune. You want to go in here. The Blink, but the Yules! It's enough to... What the hell? Who had the Yules? Oh, it was the Tornado immediately from Faker, but now the Frost Blast is bouncing. There's not enough separation here. The Disarm comes out, but Zor is in. Gets one chop. Terrorblade's dead for 30. DK still alive. You have your offlaner. Your mid will fall. The toss coming out posthumously on the Lich. Wait, no, it was Alone's toss. It went to the other target, I think? Oh, and they're going for more here. Zor wants the DK, but he might pay for it with his own blood.
No.
He certainly does. I was going to say the Axe dies, further evening that trade, but it is so strongly in favor of the Radiant. And my bias is... certainly not strong enough to crunch those numbers in our favor. But Sant and Yasha going to be the next item in the progression for the Dragon Knight. Status resistance, a very strong tool in the kit of this carry. Amp damage rune available. Theta will see it. And he takes it. The Shadow Demon is going to be the highest damaged Shadow Demon you've ever seen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Faker looking, trying to connect to the Axe. Don't find anyone. But instead, on the other side of the map, they found the Morphling. Terrorize coming in, and they don't have the juice to kill alone. But gotta back up. Perhaps even giving away their Observer Ward on the high ground in the process. Malone sees them back on that top wave, so he's able to walk back in that general area. He knows they're not pursuing him deeply. But DK really starting to establish this lead here. 1.6k ahead of the Morphling, and essentially a full item ahead of the Morph as well.
Radiant's top tower has been attacked.
If you can test this fight and lose, I think it's a game. So we're gonna see Radiant play elsewhere on the map. You might might get fortunate and get like a fight snipe as soon as they try to take the Tormentor. Well, so Supra, in my opinion, the Dire have this map in a pretty good fashion. A throw is always possible. There's only a 3k net difference right now as well, so it's like the game is still too close to call 100%. But I'm really confident about the Dire's chances. They were able to play from behind last game and win when they did not have an advantage at this time in the game. So it shows me that they have some discipline, they have some grit to them. And if you can win when you're behind, chances are you can probably win while you're ahead. Oh, Faker maybe baiting here. There's no tier 2. Okay. Oh no. This is what I was worried about. Tornado misses the mark. Zor blinks in, gets a call on absolutely nobody here. Kagami in the tree line though. Is he waiting? Oh my god, he's got no TP. They're gonna see him. He's revealed by the sparkles. They found the tiny. He blinks out though. Oh, Kagami, what a man. Does he get chased down? The answer is yes, and the stone will not fall immediately. However, the Sunstrike misses the mark. The sun doesn't penetrate into the cave, but the alone. He says, I'm gonna kill you with your own spell. On luck. And with that, Tormentor's 1.4k. The Tiny's 800 gold across the team. The net worth gap has effectively evaporated.
No. Just. No.
Moosey says we need a breather.
We now return to our regularly scheduled carnage. Radiant's bottom tower.
Interesting. Morphling unpaused. No chat. No reason given. Not sure if BM or fine. Oh, and Zor onto the lich. No save available. 13 charge wand. Certainly not going to be enough to get you out of that situation. Oh my god, Super. I think I caster cursed the Dire. They're keeping their lead though. This Terrorblade is piss farming the map. As well as this DK. DK BKB is going to be really powerful. Oh my god, Moosey barely gets out. 5.6 permanent armor granted by the Code of Blood.
This won't be pretty. They've reached Dire's top tower. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Right now, Radiant have a low-level Invoker problem. Then again, Tiny is not super high level in comparison, and I don't feel it all. Might have to use his BKB here. Will use it. Fights. Gets the Dragon Tail onto the Shadow Demon. Kagami with the follow-up, the Avalanche, but the disruption is able to come through. Dodging the Tornado. BKB is fading. Now it's a 1-for-0. Tier 2 tower is fortified. Looking to hold it here. Dire have to back up just a little bit, but you know, I say that and then Humera is right back in. Right now I am unranked. I think my highest MMR is like 4.8k. I've never used double downs and I stopped playing ranked though, so take that into account. But I'm not a pro or a former pro, or even a former semi-pro. So don't bet the house on my reads of matches. But first, Roshan will be awarded to the Dire, and they're looking to get out here. Aegis on the DK. Yeah, tough part of this draft, you've got two transformation-based heroes in the Terrorblade and the Dragon Knight. So your Aegis usage is a little, I don't want to say sus, but it's tough to pan out. Gonna go for the Daedalus next. We've seen this hero. As soon as DK gets his Daedalus, heroes just stop being able to play the game against him. Especially if you get a Frost armor on him, Frost shield, the Lich, getting flat percentage damage resistance, slow in an AoE around your DK. A formidable foe to say the least. We've got no Vessel, we've got no Scotty. Oh, but we've got it! So the call, Himera with the Sunder, one of the strengths of the off-lane Terrorblade. BKB popped on, I don't feel at all. Will have to try to walk his way back, dodges the Sunstrike. Kagami nearby has an Avalanche to land, should they need. But a nice disengage from the Dire, no one lost, and about half of the life here of this tier 3 tower. Just gone in the wind. Faker watching. Oh, no way. They see the sparkle, so they know he's around, but Zor interrupted the call, betrayed by the tornado, but it's enough to get the kill on the Lich, and the toss onto Faker. Now it's all coming up. Millhouse for the Radiant, not good at all. Your Invoker's dead for 40. DK gets the kill. The rich get richer. But do they get a Tormentor? That is the question. The tornado is so rough there. Interrupts Zor's call. Hey, babe. And Zone Academy need to wrap this one up soon because it is gym time with the wife. I hope they got the memo. 6K lead. Age is going to be expiring in 2 minutes. There you go. You'll have another push available with the DK, but they go in with Zor! They get the Dark Willow off the rip and the disruption, buying more time for allies to arrive. However, it's just going to be some dragon on dragon violence. Armlet toggle, and the dragon form has expired. Okay, I like this. Saving the next BKB charge for his second life. I think that's a very good call. But something out of nothing, you know. Keep getting that. No armor, granted. He's had 5.6 from Code of Blood for a while. Get another tower, you lose your Willow. Willow can just TP in, take the Twin Gate. Radiant? Tower threatened. Amp damage rune picked up on the Morphling most likely. Pings it out and Alone does get it. See these TPs come back. Zor with the call. The Sunder from Himera keeps them alive for a little bit longer here. No BKB available. As they're backtracking, BKB used on Alone will morph into who? But one dives, two dives. That's an Aegis down, but a beautiful Frost Blast onto the toss target. That's the synergy we were talking about earlier, folks, and we love to see it play out in front of us. Bramble Maze on, but the Force Staff saves them from the Terrorize, so Muzi calls it off. 1 for 1 here. Make use of the Aegis. But you also had to use your BKB. Now you're down to a 6-second charge. The lowest of all available. Mara, though, getting some really great Sunders here. We are going to see him pivot into a full separate carry. So no pipe picked up on this offlane Terrorblade. Could be nice, but maybe just more value in building another tower hitter. Muzi smoking, get some vision up. Dire already have some nice aggressive vision here. DK has found Faker though, and Kagami is in the neighborhood to follow up, and that's a dead Invoker. Poor Faker, not having anywhere near the same success as he did on Puck in game 1. Gotta wonder why. We're just not as strong as a hero, and ooh, we're gonna see meta use. Maybe, yes. When the Yule's interrupting any chance of an escape, but Zor is in, he's on the Terror Blade. No Sunder available for 14, so Terror Blade trying to get back. Has the Frost Shield preventing some of the damage, but the chop will come through, and the pull, the Sinister Gaze comes in just a little too late. But you know what? We've got a spell for that. Frost Blast. And an Ice Spire will do the job. Zor dead. You got your mid, your safe lane up. Will it be enough to hold off the 4 from Dire?
It seems apparent that Radiant has chosen to strengthen their structures.
Big Conda on the Tiny. And I don't feel it all is disarmed. Sanjin Yasha reducing the time of that disarm status though. And he's right back to business hitting this tower. Of course, you've got the catapult helping as well. Radiant supports are respawning. Might cut this push a little short for the Dire, but they will most likely get a full lane of racks. Tier 3 tower falls on the bottom side, waveform in from Alone. The big fire blast. The BKB has to be used to get him out here, and Alone morphs into the Tiny, so the Avatos is there, but it's nullified by the Tornado. They do get the kill on the Tiny. Dead for 60. Shadow Realm TP out, and it's 1 for a lane +1. Boys showing they're not done yet. Apex Junior still have some pep in their step. Scotty, the next item of choice for Terrorblade. AC on the Dragon Knight. That blink on the Lich is so nice, dude. If he gets Ags, the mass control available going to be critical in these like close area team fights. Muzi going for blink. Tiny. Yeah, BKB gonna be very nice here. Radiant trying to scout out the respawning Roshan. Only a possible respawn. Forged Spirits are present in the pit though, and yeah, DK, man, he is still just as strong as he was before. It's crazy. And boys, the Radiant, they're holding the line on the bottom side of the map. You can hit this wave pretty hard, maybe even the Tormentor. Roshan in 1 minute, and the duo from the Dire taking the Tormentor. Muzi gonna get the shard, so a little extra rounds. And you know, folks, I said Assault Cuirass, but we see a full Satanic used, purchased on the DK. 25k net.
Illusion.
BKB finished on Tiny. This could be the time to fight. 30 seconds prior to the Roche spawn, you win the fight, you might win the Aegis and then the game.
It looks like they're going after
You see a
Dire's
grouping
middle
of Dire
tower.
heroes on the bottom side of the map. Tiny still has Whisper of the Dread in his inventory and a Shadow Blade finish on the DK. Going Silver Edge. What is it? You want to break against the Morph? Against the Axe? Prevent the spins? What are we looking at here, boys? Oh, an East goes in the pit, but narrowly misses the respawn timer. Roshan, of course, just spawning now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Banner in his pockets. Oh, boys. They are so close. This is... Oh, the roar will betray you. Sunstrike only sees the Roshan. It might not even see the DK. Just putting one in the pit here is the move. Alone goes into the Terrorblade form. Curse Crown on Faker. And they're going to peel off. They want this fight. I'll be ready soon. Kagami goes in, wading through the shit. Hits the BKB. The physical damage from Alone is just too much. Tiny dead. And Lich, soon to follow, gets almost out with the Glimmer, but a support for a support. Ogre buyback and the Sunder coming out from Himera. The mischance adding up to his evasion, but I don't feel it all getting another kill. Morphling falls and buys back immediately, TPing in. Jim on the ground, and now Roshan, the true target, but Faker is eating these illusions to the face. Himera falls to offlane terribly, dead. Another buyback on Zor's axe, but I don't feel it all. Goes in, gets a dieback onto the Ogre once. Oh, does he get him? No, he doesn't. Alone gets a double kill on the back line. Muzi trying to escape. Can DK reset? Roshan's gone. Toppy goes in with the Dragon Tail, the Invis break. No Dragon Form, no BKB. The Satanic on cooldown too. Alone gets a triple kill. Reversal of the entire game up to this point. Alone gets the Ultra. They will follow Roshan through the Twin Gate and take the Aegis of the Immortal.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. The Radiant brought Roshan down. Dire's bottom tower is under
Alrighty,
siege.
boys, we are back.
I'm afraid Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
Skim FPS, thank you for the follow, my friend. Friends, I have 5 minutes before I have to go.
Dire's top
So I
tower
hope
is under attack.
this game finishes up soon. I have an obligation. And we are just getting in some reps before the real treat. The closed qualifiers tomorrow and Saturday.
It looks like they're going after Dire's middle tower.
Aegis on the Morphling, full Conda. Oh, and Faker finds one. This area has been deadly this game, but Zor gets the call, but the Force Staff pushes him to the low ground prior. Now, the return fire onto Faker. Dragon Tail lands. Got me throwing the Ogre at him, but the BKB will prevent the damage, and now East. Ooh. You know, better the Ogre than your Invoker. What I really want to see, I want to see an Invoker skin for the Ogre, where he's like cosplaying as him. But instead, what would he have instead of the orbs? What do you guys think? No way, Dire, go high ground. Yeah, Morphling has been the factor. Zor's had some good calls as well. But Morphling is certainly coming online. Alone, one of their strongest players on the team. This hero, bro. What the fuck?
They're unstoppable.
Oh no.
Millennial.
Muzi and Lich.
Sick.
Makarek.
No. Just.
Make that aggressive positioning at the enemy's base while your DK is on the other side of the map. And you lose the gem and the tier 4 token for 3 minutes probably. Axe. Less total attack damage. Alright. It's a nice tool to deal with the DK. Take that damage down. You might just have enough to survive.
Looks like they're going after Dire's middle tower.
And the high ground push may be underway here after this tier 2 falls. Fortification used. This is the first tier 2 tower down. So the glyph will be refreshed after it falls.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And the Morphling Terrorblade illusion, bro. Oh my god. Does he get Zeal? He does. That is insane. Minute on Aegis. And the smoke from the Dire. Just a ninja gear though. Yeah. Kagami shows, and I don't feel it all. Is the target here. A big con of blast, and Zor is in. But the illusion's doing a lot of damage back to them. Maybe use on I don't feel it all. Morphling goes further in. 40 seconds on the Aegis. Can you kill him twice? Chimera gets on the other side. One death on the Morphling. But Zor waiting to jump, be the savior here. Can he do it? The Morphling is stunned. Thana goes in, gets the disruption, buying more time. Zor on the high ground. Tornado coming in, but it gets nobody. Ogre gets the stun off, but oh, the Chain Frost is bouncing, and Makarak is making a mess of the radiant effort of defense here. Kagami able to stave off the aggression with a BKB. Thana gonna TP out, and now Morphling. Can you get out? You got a waveform, you got a Manta. Got a Lincoln's again, but perhaps that's it. Dire charging ahead to blink. He pops the Lincolns, gets the Synergy Gaze, and that's going to be all she wrote for the Morphling. Buyback and not available for another minute and a half, and now the Dire, a fighting 5, full force available. Going high ground. And I don't feel it all. Says, I'm done. I'm over this. I want to go. I want to eat dinner. Fortification used with toss back onto Faker. It's not going to be enough. The gaze not quite landing, but Invoker will die. I don't feel it all gets the kill. Killing the Frost Spire, but an Ancient is exposed. Terrorize coming out, hits all 3, tosses them back in the fountain, says take that, and the Frost Blast is bouncing. The true sight is there. It continues to go. GG is called. And Zone Academy win 2-0. They will advance to the closed qualifiers. Congratulations, Muzi and crew. Well played, my boys. All right, lads, thank you so much for tuning in. Please watch on the official ESL channels tomorrow. Your boy will be there taking on these matches alongside Crasheroni, one of our best boys. Dude, thank you, Muzi. I'll have the VOD for this up. I'll publish it when I get back from the gym, and then I'll also put it to YouTube. I'll let you know when I get it up. But everybody, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for some official closed qualifiers action. Bye-bye.